a snowman not in front of me. Who will catch your tears if you can't catch me, darling? If you can't catch me, darling. Don't cry, snowman, don't leave me this way. A bottle of water can't hold me close, baby. Can't hold me close, baby. I want you to know that I'm never leaving, 'cause I miss the snow till death will be freezing. Yeah, you are my home for all seasons. So come on, let's go. Let's go below zero and hide from the sun. I love you forever, we'll have some fun. Let's hit the North Pole and live happily. Please don't cry no tears now, it's Christmas, baby. My snowman and me, yeah. My snowman and me, baby. Don't cry, snowman, don't you fear the sun. Who'll carry me without legs to run, honey? Without legs to run, honey. Don't cry, snowman, don't you shed a tear. Will you hear my secrets if you don't have ears, baby? If you don't have ears, baby. I want you to know that I'm never leaving, 'cause I miss the snow till death will be freezing. Yeah, you are my home for all seasons. So come on, let's go. Let's go below zero and hide from the sun. I love you forever, we'll have some fun. Yes, let's hit the North Pole and live happily. Please don't cry no tears now, it's Christmas, baby. My snowman and me, yeah. My snowman and me, baby.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where those treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Alright, I'll bring myself in.
Well, I'm dreaming of a white merry and bright, and may all your Christmases
when the song
be
ends.
white, and may all your Christmases be white. May your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases
Ready?
be white.
Everyone ready? All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. Hello, everyone. It's been a couple days since we did a live stream, but lot going on over here at in Night World. So we're actually doing a very special announcement this morning. Um, First of all, I'll say hi to some folks. Anderson, great to see you. I need to definitely get in on some of that drink. I'm gonna try and pronounce it. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I don't know if you've ever had Gurnodel, but it's an Austrian, super yummy Austrian. Here, let me show you all of you actually. Um, so these things, I would like go nuts for this stuff. Um, so it's basically like this really warm dough, um, filled with this really yummy inside stuff. I don't know what they use to make it, but this is some kind of vanilla sauce on the top. And, you usually during Christmas in Germany is when, you know, I would see it. I miss Christmases in Germany. They were so beautiful. But yeah, let's see, what was the name of it, Anderson? Where is it at? Where's it at? What's the name of that drink? Glog. Glog? Is it glog? I know the accent over the O means you pronounce it differently. It's like glug or something. But yeah, no, love the holidays. For those of you who don't, for those of you who are getting to know me, I'm a huge Christmas person. I turn into Mrs. Claus during Christmas. I love Christmas. It's like my ultimate favorite holiday. Anyway, Nicola, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hey everyone, let us know what part of the world you're coming in from. Willie's hailing from Germany. Germany in the house representing. Awesome. Nicola, where are you coming in from? That sounds like an Italian name. Are you coming in from Italy? Devin, good to see you. Awesome. Deepak coming in. Awesome. Good to see all of you. Great. Love these faces. So, Anderson's in Connecticut. Okay. All right. For some reason, I was thinking you were like in Switzerland or Norway or something. I don't know. For some reason, I thought you were in Europe. So we have a very special announcement to make this morning. Um, Mel and I have decided during the holiday downtime to actually produce a course. So we are going to be going live with several courses that you're going to be able to sign up for. Now, the unique thing about these courses is for the production courses and cinematography, those courses are going to be on set. So we're actually going to be hiring actors to come in, and it's going to be film school. It's going to be an online film school for all of you in scripted narrative filmmaking. So, as many of you know, and you'll probably see, oh, Uganda in the house. Wow. Awesome. I knew it. Nicola, Tuscany. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love Tuscany. Went to Florence when I went to Italy, and it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful country. So yeah, so we're super excited about this. This is basically going to be film school for all of you. We are going to be covering courses, everything, everywhere from pre-production all the way to post-production. So in pre-production, I'll be teaching screenwriting. I'll be teaching how to create a beat sheet. how to do character development according to Save the Cat and the 15 Beats and 4-act structure. So, everything in pre-production, including creating a budget, setting up software applications like Studio Binder to actually manage your entire production, and all the way through distribution. So on the production side, we are actually going to be renting a soundstage and studio for this. So we will have all of our gear on set, all of our lighting. We will have actors that we'll hire and bring in, and it's going to be a great time, and you're going to learn a lot. We're going to cover cinematography. We're going to cover lighting. We're going to cover camera operation, camera movement, camera angles, everything that you would want to know in scripted narrative filmmaking. Now, many of you probably saw the redesign of our YouTube channel page. So that went live last night. We are really going in hard on the scripted narrative uh, niche is a channel. There's very few YouTube channels out there that are teaching for scripted narrative filmmaking. And for those of you who aren't aware of what that means, any kind of narrative filmmaking is like meaning that they have a scripted narrative. It's a movie, feature film, a TV show, anything where the talent goes off of a script. So that is the focus of the channel in both pre all the way to post production. And so, in addition to the production, we'll also be teaching editing. We're going deep on editing, color grading, taking these YouTube videos even further in those courses, and even distribution. So, I'm going to be teaching you how to get financing for your film, how to get financing for your TV series. TV series, episodic, serialized, are really big right now. I'll tell you that right now. I think, you know, um, things are changing right now, especially with the OTT streaming services, over the top streaming services like, whether it's Tubi or even Vimeo, but Amazon, Apple TV Plus, all of the streaming networks and linear television being disrupted by OTT streaming services, the whole streaming market is changing. And a lot of emphasis is being placed in the distributors and the platforms looking for a TV series. So if you're trying to figure out where to kind of take your career, what you want to focus in on, episodic and serialized stuff, it's huge right now, and it'll only continue to get bigger as SVOD or subscription video on demand starts to die out and be replaced by AVOD. I really believe that SVOD has a short shelf life and it's not going to be lasting much longer. And I think it's going to be significantly replaced and sunsetted by advertising video on demand or AVOD. So if all of you, hey ADHD, it's good to see you. Good morning. Good to have you. So yeah, so that Mel and I will be in production producing those courses all the way up through the end of the year, and the courses will be going live in January. So um, definitely keep an eye out. And if you haven't yet, I just want to remind everyone to sign up for the Night Studios Insider community at nightstudios.com. It is free. There's no cost to it. So sign up. That way, all of you will get our newsletters, and so there's two signups. There's the newsletter signup, which is a pop-up that will show you when you go to our website. There'll be a pop-up window asking you to sign up for the newsletter. And then once you in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a join button. And if you hit that, you'll join our insider program. The insider program will give you access to some of the contests that we run, where we'll bring you in if you're interested in being part of the cast for a future TV show. As you know, we have several shows in pre-production right now, and it also gives you an opportunity to get more information on becoming an intern. So I had several folks reach out to me online about being interested in coming in as an intern, as a colorist, or as an editor in post production. We're always looking for interns. As a matter of fact, we have several programs right now with local universities in Las Vegas area, like and via sorry, what's the name of the college, Mill? LV, the where we have the intern program set up? UNLV, thank you. I was gonna say LVNU. UNLV and several other local colleges. But if you're not a member of university and you're remote, obviously, like if you're in another country or another city, but you still want to be an intern at Night Studios, definitely sign up for that intern program. We're always looking for tomorrow's talent, and just giving you work experience, being a part of the community and helping to fill those talent gaps. So that's it. This is a very special live stream today. As many of you know, we finished the color grading of China White, and it's gone out and uploaded and been provided to Sundance, as well as Tribeca. We are now moving on to grading the rest of the series. We are now going back to part 1, which is actually Wicked Panda. I know the announcement said we were going to be grading Puppet Master, but that I want to actually go all the way back to the very first episode, and then go in order starting from the first episode. So today we're going to be editing um, Wicked Panda. Now, what's interesting about this is quite a lot of comments have come in on the YouTube channel with some of the videos of people very intrigued by the multicam editing process that I go through. And I want to actually cover that with you today. For those of you who are interested, get your screenshot keys ready to take a screenshot of this. But basically, this is my, let me expand this. This is my editing workflow for DaVinci Resolve for multicam. Now, I'm going to explain this from left to right and top to bottom. So each one of these, imagine that this is the sound channel or swim lane in your timeline on DaVinci Resolve, and these are the video layers. So in the sound layer, I'll put, sound take 1, sound take 2, sound take 3, right? And then and this is for each individual scene. So I guess the best way to explain this is starting from the top. So the first thing I'll do is I'll layer scene 1 onto the timeline. Then I'll put in order take 1, take 2, take 3 for that scene. Then I'll put in any inserts. So these inserts can be stock footage or anything like that. Layer 3 is going to be cam A, layer 2 cam B, and layer 3 cam C. So these are the video layers within the timeline. Now, then in the sound layers, this will actually, you'll notice, is broken out by talent. So we use the sound devices Mix Pre 10. And what's nice about the Mix Pre 10 is, well, pretty much most sound recorders will do this. It'll actually break the individual microphones up by talent. So we'll actually have, if we have 6 lavalier mics on set, it will create a channel on the sound swim lanes or sound layers, and for each individual microphone, and label it. So within the sound devices iPad app or on the actual device itself, you have the ability to name the talent for that channel. So for example, I'll have one channel called boom if we've got a boom on set, and then microphone 1 will be, Tim, microphone 2 will be Jane, whatever it may be. Sorry, someone's at our door right now. Sorry. Um, so each individual sound channel will be named based on that particular talent. So when we go into the timeline, you'll see that. So I don't want all of you to misunderstand this. I basically just it didn't make sense to sit here and break this out with all the sound channels. But basically, this is what we're going to create in DaVinci Resolve to make sure that everything lines up and we can quickly and easily switch between these different cams with external sounds. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, Alyssa, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about, let me go back to DaVinci. Oops. Let me go back to Restream. So you're probably all thinking, okay, Alyssa, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that explain how to do audio syncing with video with multicam. Those videos on YouTube use for their setup, they're using the in-camera microphone, which you would really never see on a narrative film set. You just would never see that. I've never heard of anyone using their in-camera mic on a narrative film set or TV set. It's just never done. So what I wanted to do was show all of you how I approach not only just multicam, and I get that you can easily switch between different cameras in the multicam clip, but when you have an external sound device, an external sound, and you have to sync that up with or without time code, it starts to break down really fast and become very complicated really quickly. However, this is a 360-degree community. So while I'm working, if you see something that you think would benefit me or the community, put it in chat. Mel will call attention to it. Mel will be producing this live stream today. So if you have anything to add or if there's something that you're seeing me do that might be quicker to do a different way, let me know. And then let everyone know in the comments. Like, let me know if I'm doing something that you've never seen before. I think that'll be really interesting to know if there was something within DaVinci Resolve and Multicam that you've never done. Now, I understand that some of you will not have multicam setups, but it is very common on scripted narrative film sets. On narrative film sets is multicam. So, what we'll be working within today is you're going to see three cams. You're going to see our A cam, which is the Airy Alexa Mini LF, and B cam is the red V Raptor, and then we have two other red Komodos and a DJI Ronin 4D. So C cam will switch between the Komodos and the Ronin depending on the actual setup. As far as with not only just multicam and sound, but we're also going to be doing sound design. So for those of you who are interested in learning sound design and also cleaning a DLG, or you'll hear me refer to it as DLG, it's dialogue, but scrubbing or cleaning dialogue, we'll be going through that process as well. I did purchase a license to RX, but I will use a combination of yeah, sorry, let me get rid of this person. Um, sorry. Uh, we'll have bots and stuff show up in chat. So yeah, so if any of you are interested in any of that, let me know. But I thought it would be really cool to take all of you on this journey of going from a completely blank timeline for a multicam setup with external audio all the way through distribution. So this is going to be a really fun live stream. I'm not aware of any video on YouTube that does this. So give a shout out, give a thumbs up, give a comment, let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. All right, are all of you ready? Let's do this. Now, okay, quick disclaimer, because we are doing everything from scratch, that means that the extremely time intensive, laborious process of certain steps like labeling scene and track numbers, all of that, it's time intensive. And there's no way, obviously, since this is a live stream, for me to go through there and, like what I would do in post is speed it up. I can't do that on a live stream. So if any, especially when we're going through all the tracks and labeling them, it's a very going to be very helpful for all of you. But once we get to like maybe the fifth or sixth video, you might be like, okay, let's, I'm going to go get some coffee or make lunch and come back. That's totally fine. As many of you know, I run pretty long live streams. So this will, I think today we're going to be probably 2 to 3 hours. So there's a lot of work to get done today, but I think it'll be very valuable to all of you in trying to figure out how to get your timeline ready and how to set up for multicam with external sound. So if everyone's ready, let's do this. All right. So let me catch you up. That was me making today's live stream countdown. All right. So what I've done is I've created a folder within DaVinci Resolve. And yes, I will go over the project settings. So we'll discuss that. And then now what I have is I have a folder for every single series. So Dark Ops Part 1, 2, and 3, and then an archive. Then we'll go to Part 1 because that's what we're working on. Okay. Let's look first at the project settings. So for those of you who want to take a screenshot of this, I'm going to go over it. I have put myself in a 4K timeline. I might change that, but just for fun. Put myself in a 4K timeline, and then the timeline frame rate 23976. For color management, I use YRGB color managed. Okay. We could probably do an all day video on color space transform versus color managed. One thing that if you haven't learned about me yet, you will. I'm always about the path of least resistance and work smart, not hard. So if I can just throw the entire timeline into color managed and have DaVinci auto detect the raw footage and its input color space and input gamma, then I'm going to do that. So I'm always working in color managed. Now, there are situations like with the DJI Ronin footage where it can't detect it for some reason, and I'll use a color space transform to manually do that. The color space transform node is always in my pre-group setup, so just an FYI. All right, I set my color processing mode to custom, and then the input color space and timeline color space I set to DaVinci Wide Gamut and DaVinci Intermediate. I set my working luminance to HDR 4000, output color space of Rec 709 gamma 2.4, and then I limit my output gamma to output color space, input DRT and output DRT to DaVinci. I leave all of these checked. And then the other change, besides the default I make, is I set my graphics white level to 200 nits. That's it. All right, so let's create our bins. Um, some of you will typically work in the media or the cut page. Um, I just tend to work in the edit page a lot more. I also use the Blackmagic editor keyboard. So I used to use the speed editor, which predominantly is designed for the cut page, but I just prefer the interface of the edit page. All right, so we'll go ahead and set up my typical bins. Let's go through here and do that. Bin. So I'll create a bin for each camera. So I'll switch between A roll and B roll or A cam and A roll. I need to probably standardize that and stop switching between the two and just decide on it and stick with it. I like to have uniformity across all my projects. I'll create a sound bin, and within sound, I'll create all of the other sub bins within it. So I'll create one for DLG, which is dialogue. I'll create one for sound effects. And you can spell out sound effects or you can just do sound effects. Ambience. I guess more like ambient. And then I'll create a new bin for Foley. And sometimes I'll have ADR. So I'll put ADR in there. It'd be great if we could just automatically create a template for this stuff. But anyway, so ADR, Foley, ambient music, ambient sound effects. I will create a bin for VFX. And I will create a bin for inserts. All right. So that's the bin layout. All right. Now, in the media page is where we're predominantly going to be working today. What's up? Not in here. Okay. Sorry, our pest control person is here. Okay, so we're going to be predominantly spending a lot of time here in the media page, and I'm going to explain why. But here you'll see all these columns. First, let's go ahead and get our footage in. All right, so I'm going to go into my NAS. Now, you're probably thinking, Alyssa, are you really going to be using your NAS when you could be using a direct attached storage? It's a lot faster over Thunderbolt 4. Well, here's the thing. The fact of the matter is that I don't know if any of you saw my previous studio, my Color Suite walkthrough video, but I actually have 25 gig fiber going directly into my Mac Studio. So there's a 25 gig fiber connection between my Mac Studio and the NASs that I have. I do use the Synology disk stations, so the 2U rack mounts. I forget which model it is. It's like the DS160 or something. Anyway, so I have two 2U Synology disk stations downstairs, and so because of the 25 gig fiber line, it's fine. The problem is that, these folders are typically around 16 to 20 terabytes in size. So you're dealing with not only just raw ARRI footage, but also raw VRaptor footage, which is 8K red raw. So, it's uh I've pretty much got all of my direct attached storages, and I use the OWC Mercury U2 NVMEs as well as the Thunderblade, and those are all full right now. So I've have no choice but to use the NAS, and I've used it in previous projects when I ran into this issue, and it was not a problem. So anyway, all right, let's go to projects, video, Project Tego, Dark Ops, and then part 1 through 3. We'll go to part 1. I'm going to go into my A roll here. Now, again, things will take time today, as I mentioned, and unfortunately, I won't be able to speed that up for you, but we'll give it a go here. So I'm basically importing all of my A roll footage. So what's while that's going on, I will. While that's doing that, I'll answer any questions or comments in the chat. Nicola says, "Yeah, I can't use DaVinci Color Management, DJI D-Log M footage. DaVinci don't see input clusters." Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if anyone has any background on that, but DaVinci just fails to identify the um the DJI footage. I think I think it even has trouble with our Cine drone. So we use the Mavic 3 Cine from DJI, and it I don't think it can identify that footage either. It just really is incapable of doing it. Cool. Thank you for subscribing to the newsletter. Definitely. Yeah, we just started the newsletter, so I'm waiting until we get to a certain number of subscribers before we start sending out the newsletter. But the plan is to send the newsletter out monthly to give all of you updates of everything going on within the studios, upcoming productions, upcoming content. I might do maybe a weekly thing where I send out, because as you know, we do like a new theme every week for all of the videos and podcasts and blogs that we put out every week. We tie that to a certain theme. So that's going to be an opportunity to do that. All right. Come on, DaVinci. Maybe I should have imported the footage before the live stream. Now that I think about it. All right. Let's see. I can see that it's copying. Those were unfortunately a lot of raw files, over 25 gig fiber. I have an idea. Maybe, since we do have all of the files already on there. Hey, creator, how you doing? Good to have you here. All right, I have an idea, everyone. I think, okay, so let me force quit this. Yeah, I should have definitely copied those over. I wanted to wait until the live stream so all of you can do it with me. But I think I have all of the files loaded into a project already. So let me do that. Okay. Lower that. Sorry, everyone. I have like a bazillion windows open. All right, so let's go to Night Studios. Let me look at Dark Ops. Let's see, part 1. Well, let's go to archive, episode 1. All right, so it's looking good here, I think. Let me check the status of this project. I really need to go through some spring cleaning. So depending on where it was depending on where I had the video files when I created this project, we'll see if they're all broken. Oh, it's looking good so far. Kind of. Let me see. A-roll. All right, so it looks like we have some of the A-roll. Not a lot of the A-roll. Let's see. Where is it looking for it? I think it's grabbing it off my NAS from the looks of it. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So these are already all in here. Let me just relink these. Let me go to media. Sorry, everyone. That's our pest control guy. If you can hear him, he's spraying our house. Uh, I've never lived in the desert before, but soon as I came here and then saw how big the freaking spiders were here, I was like, we have to have a pest control person come here every week, like every month. It's scary. All right, I don't do spiders. Take a Dark Ops Part 1. Oh, you know why? It's because I renamed the directories. Okay, so A-roll. Let's just relink all these. Let's see if this fixes it. DaVinci doesn't like it when you rename folders. All right, what are you all saying? Go back to chat. No new questions, no new comments. All right, maybe it'd be quicker if I just rename the folder back. Let's see how long this relink takes. You see what I mean about like the size of narrative film? I mean, this is why I created this channel, was because a lot of the YouTube videos that are out there, they'll use like a single clip from a stock video site. I want to be a resource for all of you who are in scripted narrative that have some place to go to learn on some of the idiosyncratic nuances that we deal with in narrative filmmaking, and this is one of them. So I guess, while we're waiting, I'll tell you a little bit more about Wicked Panda. So Wicked Panda is actually based on a true story. So those of you who are not familiar with cyber and hacking, uh, the entire Dark Ops series is about a group of hackers that were arrested and now work for the FBI to hunt down and dismantle ransomware crime syndicates around the world. And the series, specifically episode 1 or part 1 now, is Wicked Panda, is based on a true story of a Chinese hacking group called Wicked Panda. And the group, so this is based on a true story where the CEO of a defense contractor and his wife were in a really bitter divorce, and the wife of the CEO was basically fished, or in a romantic scam. Uh, the hacker reached out to her on a dating site and got to know her better. Basically, got her to fall in love with him and had her actually give him access to her then ex-husband's um, computer system, the now ex-husband's computer system at the defense contractor. And so this is actually based on a true story, a real FBI case where this just bitter divorce ended in really a hack where the ex-wife was targeted by this hacking group in order for them to steal classified data from this defense contractor. So it's really interesting. It also blends in a story where the Chinese actually stole the J-35 Joint Strike Fighter plans from a defense contractor here in the United States and built the J-35 Joint Strike Fighter So this was a top secret. I'm sure all of you have seen it. It's a jet that can actually take off just like a helicopter. So it actually takes off vertically. And so this was a new strike fighter that Lockheed Martin was building. And if you go on YouTube and you actually search for Chinese J-35 Joint Strike Fighter, they have an exact copy of our Joint 35, our J-35, and that's because they stole plans from our defense contractor who built it. All right, so that actually wasn't that bad, everybody. It looks like it grabbed everything, so we are off to the races. I'm going to do the same thing for B-roll. So let me just quickly relink this. So we'll go to the B-roll directory. Okay, so the neat thing is if you look at the timeline, you'll notice that we're pretty much where we would have started off if I dragged everything over. So you can look at the timeline and tell that none of this is cut yet. So don't worry. I know we wanted to start from scratch, but I think with the amount of time that that would have taken, it just yeah, it wouldn't have worked. I think we just would have been here for hours waiting for that to come in. So, all right. So what we did, so if you look here, all of the clips are on the timeline. Now, let's sort of pretend together that I just dragged all of these clips into the timeline. So what I want all of you to do, and here's another advantage is we don't have to go in here and mark every scene and take number. All right. But I want all of you to just kind of pretend that we have just imported all of our footage into DaVinci Resolve. Okay. So all of our footage is here. You will see this little purple icon here for proxy, meaning that we have proxies turned on, which is good. Um, this probably goes without saying, but I have seen this question come up in forums. You cannot color grade proxies. So if you're wondering if you can color grade on proxies, and especially with your now, this isn't that crazy of an idea because it's a legitimate question. A lot of people are starting to work with post color houses and that are working remotely. And so if you have a remote collaboration set up in DaVinci Resolve, then you're obviously going to want to be able to give proxies to a colorist to color grade for you. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You cannot color grade with proxies. They're just too low resolution. They're not raw. A colorist needs the raw footage to color grade. But your editor, which is the focus of today's live stream, will be using proxies, hopefully, to speed things up. So let's all pretend that we have just copied and imported all of our footage into Dark Ops. Now we have A-roll, B-roll, and sound. All right, so we have a brand new, fresh media to work with. Now, um, each clip has a scene number marked on it. All right. Now, anything that doesn't have a scene number is just either a bad take or and I actually have an identifier for B-roll. But if you don't see a scene number like this one here, this is just a false start. This is our DP hitting record before I called it, which can happen. So we can delete that if you want. All right. So when you first go into this, a lot of people don't know that there's hidden columns. So if you're in DaVinci Resolve and you're in the media page and you don't see scene number, right click on your column headers and look at all of these things that you can enable or disable. So my advice is just toggle everything off and only turn on the things that you know that you're going to use. Otherwise, you're just going to be distracted and we're already dealing with data overload. So don't make it harder for yourself than it has to be. So the things that I care about obviously are going to be the scene number, the take. Those are the two things I care about the most. And I really don't need to turn anything else on. I mean, you can do like start time code. I'm sorry. Yeah, start time. If a time code was used. Sorry, start time code if a time code was used. We use the Deity TC1s for anyone who is looking for a recommendation for a timecode system. I swear by the TC1s. I love the stuff coming out of Deity right now. As a matter of fact, I'm super excited about their new lavalier mics that they're coming out with, if they're not already out. I know they were on pre-order for a while, but give me a thumbs up and a comment if any of you are excited about that lavalier as well. But it's a 32-bit float lavalier and it's digital. It's not analog. So it's incredible. I'm looking forward to it, and especially if you look at for what we've been paying for the GWs and the EWs from Sennheiser, they're so much more cost effective and they're fully digital. So dealing with audio issues on analog because of nearby things disrupting your signal, nearby devices, it's going to be a game changer. I'm super excited about it. So, continuous digital transformation in Hollywood. I'm loving it. So yeah, so if you have a start time code, I would set that on. That will help as well. And then you can organize by start time code, and then come in here and start putting in your scenes and take numbers. Now you can actually move these around. So I'll typically do something like this. And the first thing that I would do is you're going to want to pull up each individual frame like this and look for the slate. Now, one recommendation that I have for all of you as a director is wait. So there's three things. There's several steps I go through before I call action. Okay. So first thing I'll say, pictures up. All right, I'll say pictures up, meaning everyone get ready, pictures up. I'm about to yell action. All right, it makes sure all of your talent is quiet, all of your crew. Now, one thing as a director that I've run into is talent will be talking during this process, and I have to you have to be okay with asking your talent to not talk. Um, what will happen is if there's any sort of, and there shouldn't be, but if it ever happens, if there's any sort of focus issues on the slate, and it's happened before, where I just didn't catch it on set, and the DP didn't catch it, and I can't see the scene number or take number, or if their writing is messy, right? So I typically like go in here and I would zoom in. So clearly this is scene one, take one, but sometimes it's just really messy and I can't read it. And you're relying on the sound to find out what the hell the scene and take number is. So I always ask for quiet on set before anything happens with picture up. So quiet on set, pictures up. All right. And then I'll yell out because I'm doing the production sound mixing. I'll yell out sound ready, and then I'll hit record, and then I'll ask my DP, camera ready. So, and then I'll say sound speeding, and then camera rolling, and that'll be a communication between you and your DP, and then I'll say action. But before camera rolls, right? Before the camera rolls, I always have our whoever's doing slate. I'll ask them to put the slate in front of the camera. And you're probably wondering, Alyssa, why do you do that? It's because of this right here. That way, every time I look at a new video clip, I see the slate and frame as the very first frame. All right. That will save you so much time. If you don't get any advice from me whatsoever, or decide not to listen to anything, listen to that. It will save you so much time by asking your slate to put up the slate in front of the camera before camera rolls, and have the slate is your very first frame. Okay? Because when you're going through here, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to fill in your scene and take number because it's the very first thing you see. All right. Now, one thing you will notice is the time code systems that we ended up purchasing and going with, the TC ones didn't arrive until the middle of the shoot. So we do not have time code on a lot of this, which sucks. I get it. But you know what? Things happen on set. Sometimes time code wasn't jammed and your time code is off. That's another issue when creating multicam clips in DaVinci. When you have a portion of your clips that are time code jammed and the other clips that are not time code jammed. It's struggle is real, all right? That is just that's what I really want to stress on this channel and why I feel like it was important for this channel to be created was because narrative filmmakers we deal with a lot of stuff on set that some other people that are maybe filming a documentary or other stuff that's not live action, whatever that they don't deal with. We deal with different nuances, and so I like addressing them in my videos. All right. Okay, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go in here, you're gonna look at the slate, and you're gonna fill in the scene number and the take number, okay? Scene 1, take 2, scene 1, take 4. Now, what I used to do was, before I started adding the columns, I would go in here and I would put the, uh, the the actual, scene and take number on the, let me see, let me go to inspector, there it is, sorry. My camera's covering everything. Let me see. What page was that on? Oh, I was right on it. And then let me guess, DaVinci's gonna crash because I went to the cut page. Don't we all just love live streams? Okay. All right. So yeah. So let's go back to the media page. So you want to go into your media pool. One second. Okay, so this is all your time code information. I'm trying to find where that clip information is. Hold on. Oh, here it is. It's in here somewhere, I think, right? Free time, no. Uh, where the hell is that? I was like basically doing everything the hard way. Metadata. Oh, is this it? No. That's the clip details, but I don't see the metadata for the scene and take numbers. What the hell is that stuff? Did they move it in this new version? Let me see. Dude, I totally don't see it. I swear it was there before. Huh. Anyway, okay. So anyway, that was the long way, and I realized that okay, I'm just there's just no reason to spend this much time on this. So what I ended up doing was I just right clicked on these headers and discovered that there these columns are there, but they're hidden. So I mean, you can add other things on here if it's you can put you can add the camera number, right? That's important, probably. Okay. So, I have my camera number, I have my scene number, and I have my take number. So these are all camera A. And then the scene number, take 37, what have you. So that's the process here for just going through here, looking at the scene number and the take number. So this is scene 1B, take 1, scene 1B, take 2, scene 2, take 1. All right, so you get it. Then you go through here and you label the camera number, and you're all set to go. Oh, DaVinci is acting up today. I don't know what it is. Like I said, my system just starts hogging whenever I'm live streaming and doing this. Okay. Same thing for B. We've got the same stuff here for B. I don't think there's yeah, this was a false start. Yeah. So we can delete that. All right. So we have scene number, take number on camera B. So this gives us a good starting point, right? All right. So what do you do after you label all of that? Oh, you know what? You see that, everybody? I forgot to link the sound files. Let me do that. Oh, you know what? here's a good exercise opportunity for us to go through. I was thinking, oh, I'm kind of sad. I all of the scene and take number and camera numbers are on the video files. Now we can't do that together. But you know what? I'm noticing now on the sound files, it's not there. So let's do that together. We'll go through that. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a quicker live stream than I thought it was gonna be. All right. Come on, Da Vinci. We were troubleshooting some remote collaboration issues between myself and our music composer that we hired, Iran Garcia in LA. And we're trying to get his DaVinci Resolve all set up and working. And it is not simple to get um sorry, can't think and do stuff at the same time. Hold on a second. Is that right? Part one. So yeah. We're trying to get remote collaboration working with the proxies. There was a bug in the new 18.6 when they enabled the capability for you to upload proxies to the Blackmagic cloud. And there was a bug where if you had an existing project, it wouldn't upload the proxies. I kid you not, guys and girls, I took days trying to troubleshoot that. I'm like, why the hell are the proxies not going up? I was like flying to London and I needed to work on it. And once I was already in London, it was too late. I mean, I do have a capability to remote into my network, but like, I didn't wanna have to deal with all that once I got to London. I just wanted it to work. I just wanted the proxies. But Iran and I are always talking about the fact that in this business, we can't just focus on our craft. We can't just focus on color grading. We can't just focus on editing. It's like we also have to deal with also, IT issues, software crashing or Thunderbolt and USB-C issues and IO bandwidth issues. There's just unfortunately, it's not a perfect world where we could just focus on grading or focus on editing and not have to worry about anything else. All right. Now, this is very interesting. We do not have any scene numbers or tick numbers for this audio. And because half of the sound clips were not time code jammed, uh, we have to fix that, right? So here, now, ideally, when you're actually on set, you can see all the mixed pretend stuff in here. Ideally, when you're on set, your production sound mixer is actually typing in the scene number and the take number on set. Unfortunately, so this was the very first episode we filmed, and I was using we had hired a sound mixer, whom we no longer work with. I won't go into that story, but there's no scene number here for each individual thing. So what do you have to do, everyone? You have to sit here and listen and find that point where it's called out and identify that scene intake number. All right, so we're gonna have to do that, everybody. So okay, here it is right here. All right, so scene 37. You see what I'm talking about? Like, making sure that everyone is quiet on set. I wouldn't have really been able to hear that if all of the actors and all of the crew are yelling and making a bunch of noise. And I've had that happen before where, it just talent loves to talk to each other until action. You really need to, you know, own your role as a director and really take control of your set. Make sure that your crew and your talent are not talking when you're ready to go pictures up. Ugh, Jesus. I need to dig into how much. Oh, did you see that? Yep, it crashed. Great. Thanks, Da Vinci. I'm doing a live stream here, Da Vinci. Be respectful. Right. I am running the new 18.6.3, which seems to be a little bit more stable than 16.2. All right. One. Oh, we are in the archive actually. All right, let me go to the browser and check on all of you. That was a script that someone sent us. All right. Kodoki, we posted on the Nightlight YouTube channel. Oh, Ontario in the house. Hey yo. Aaron says I've had issues with timecode being out of sync or not synced at all, but I found the waveform panel on the media page having its link unlinked tool was useful. Sync to slate manually. Yeah, Aaron, that's a really good point. Let me stop sharing screen. Sorry, everybody, about the mirror effect. Yeah, that is a really good point, Aaron. Here's the problem though. The one of the cameras, I want to say our V Raptor, the mic volume is pretty much like at 1, and it's something that I keep forgetting to remind my DP to change or our first AC to change and fix. Um, but the when all of you are struggling with, files that aren't properly timecode jammed, because even if you have a timecode generator hooked up to your camera and your the sound system, sound recorder, y you still have to jam it, right? And whenever you turn your cameras off and things get turned off and turned back on and you're switching locations, you need to make sure to rejam it because they can fall out of sync. And so even if you think that you have all of your time code systems in, everything's ready to go, if your first AC forgets to jam the systems, you're gonna be out of sync. And again, these are kind of what I'm talking about with dealing with the nuances of DaVinci's multicam clips and, you choosing a system to align with, and you choose time code, and a lot of that stuff is out of sync. Doesn't work. Won't work. So this is why my system, I've really continued to develop it over the years and, just make it better. But this system never fails. Like that architecture diagram that I showed all of you that I created in Lucid Chart, that is the system. Like it's great. And then once you've got all of your sound underneath the correct clips and everything's all set up and ready to go, then you can go in there and, manually either, auto align based on waveform, or if you have no waveform and no time code, guess what, boys and girls? You have to do it manually and you need to move in there, like focus in on their mouth moving and try and get that lined up. Unfortunately, at the time we were recording this, the Komodos, the mic volume on the Komodo was great. I had a waveform, but you'll see in the footage the V Raptor has pretty much no waveform. So it's I mean it's the struggle is real, you know? I mean, you run into problems all the time on set and then you don't discover them until post, unfortunately, sometimes. All right. Or in your dailies. All right. Okay. So where were we? We were working on sound. Okay. So we've got the scene number there. All right. So this is take 2. I don't know if all of you can hear that, but he's calling out the scene number and take number. All right. This is the time consuming part. So if any of you want to take a break, go join a meeting or, go get something to eat or whatever you can. I'm just going to be putting all the scene numbers and take numbers in here. You see that talking? You hear that talking? That's what I'm talking about. Got to make sure that no one's talking during the scene 6C, take 1. All right, you see how time consuming this can be, but you want to I'm a big believer in Abraham Lincoln's if I had 8 hours to cut down a tree, I'd spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. You want to put all of your prep time in the beginning because once all of these scene numbers and take numbers are in here for audio and cameras, guess what? Your life is made a whole lot easier once you get to the timeline. All right? So I know this seems not fun, but welcome to the world of post-production. Oh, where's our slate? We don't have slate? Where's the slate? No slate. Wow, there's no slate on that. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Sorry. I forgot to share my screen. Sorry. Okay. So there is no slate being called out on that one, which is not cool. Again, things happen. So let's deal with this. So here in the file name, you'll see S23 take 4. But let's just confirm it. Trust but verify. All right, we have a question. This method works when you're linking the audio directly to the clip itself in the media pool before going to the multicam setup. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I see there's a lot of questions. Let me turn this off. Okay, just stopping by to say, hey, have a great day. Hey, Miguel, good to see you. Thanks, you too. I'll see you later today. To clarify, I don't mean the waveform audio sync system. Oh, sorry, but the waveform panel and the media panel. The waveform panel and the media panel itself, there's a kind of a hidden tool manually aligned sync with the slate clap itself. Oh, you're kidding me, Aaron. Let me see. That is cool. All right, so on the media page, you're saying hidden tool. Let me see the waveform panel. Oh, right up here. Is it in the timecode toolbar? Let me see. That's an interesting tool. Let me see, audio. Oh, waveform. Oh, got that. Where's the hidden tool? Is it in the 3-dot menu? Down here, maybe? Audio track source. Huh. Look for the audio panel button. Audio panel button. Okay, right here. I don't see it. All right, I'm on the audio button. Then the waveform tab inside it. Okay, I'm there. I don't see. Where's the hidden tool at? I don't see where they would have put that. Is it maybe up here? Show all video frames, previous clip. Here recently show marker overlays markers. When you have an audio clip selected and its common video clip, there is a small link and unlink button. Okay. Oh, so you're talking. Okay, so you highlight the sound file, and then what happens if you have them in individual bins, though? Like, how would you do that? So you're saying you have to put all the sound and all of the sound and videos in the same bin in order to do it? When you have an audio clip selected in its common video clip, you can select multiple bins and all clips. Oh, got it. Sorry. All right. There we go. Okay. Got it. All right. So, okay. So how would I use that tool? So I would click on this and this. So I've got a video and audio clip selected. Oh, that's if you already know that the sound clip belongs to the video clip, right? So we still need to keep going through defining it all. Oh, I see what you're saying, Aaron. Okay. So let's say the video, let's say this, okay, I got you. So let's say that this video and audio clip both belong together. They just also happen to be scene 37. Oh, you know what? Here we go. 37 take 2 and 37 audio 2. All right. So these two belong together. Where's the hidden tool at? All right, so where's the tool? Oh, is it this link button right here? Link, unlink audio. Hey you, good to have you here. We're discovering a new tool within the audio interface. It's just a hidden button. Is it so there's this link and unlink audio. I just clicked that. Okay, now how do you have it how do I tell it to sync align with the clapper with the slate? Is there a button to do that? Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so you're saying scroll to where the clapper hits, right? So right now this is camera A. Right about there. Let's see there. And then on the audio, scroll to where the clapper hits. Got it. Oh, trippy. Okay. Oh, shoot. It's moving the video. Gotta be careful of that. So I can't use the spacebar button, can I? God damn it. Where's that clap? Is it right there? Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. So that's camera B. So we need to find camera A. I think it's right there. Yep, it's right there. There it is. All right. Okay. So it hits right there, right? And then just hit that link button. And so it links this sound with that video file. So when I drop the video, it's going to automatically align the audio when it's dropped into the timeline. Yeah, essentially it manually links that sound and video together. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. All right. So we still need to go through and make sure that we set the scene intake number. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Aaron. Looks like Ollie uses it too. Is that Ollie up there? No, Ontario. Ontario uses that too. Cool. Thanks, guys. That's gonna save time. All right. Let's keep going then. Let's go through here. Oh, let's go back to audio. Here. Come back, audio. There we go. Okay. Scene 32. Oh, come back. 32, take one. C, take two. 26, take 1. We had some folks doing Slate on set that didn't have experience in it. So it's really tough to. Let me do this. I'm going to change the sound to Bluetooth and put it on my DTS 5.1. Shouldn't have any problems hearing people then. And actually, hopefully, you should all hear it too. So you can get the full experience. Oh, shit. Forgot we have to. Video, audio, system audio. Some settings. Come on. Turn that volume up. Scene 2, take 3. What is she saying? Scene 7 2? Oh, scene 7 2. Jesus. All right. I think it's 7-2. Yeah, I think she's saying 7 2. All right. Episode 1, scene 26, take 2. Scene 26, take 2. Scene 26, take 3. 26, take 3. That's the other nice thing is if you order all the files by start time code, they'll tend to fall within the same scene and take numbers. This I think should have been scene 26, take 1, is I think maybe what she's saying. That's weird. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. It sounds like she's saying 7 2. It still sounds like she's saying 7 2. Seven to B, take 1. All right. Dark Ops episode 1. Roll D5, scene 17, C, take 1. 17C. Oh, you know what? I wonder if she's saying 17. Oh, it sounds like she's saying 7 2. Hold on. Maybe she's saying 17. God damn it. All right, let's try 17. All right, let's try that. I guess we'll find out in the timeline. 15 alpha, take 1. 15 alpha, take 1. You always want to make sure whenever your slate is calling it out that they're yelling it, that it's being picked up by the microphones. 15 alpha, take 2. And this should probably be 15 alpha, take 3. Take 1. Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 3, take 1, camera A. Oh, scene 3, take 1. Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 3, take 2, camera 3, take 2. Let's see, comments or questions? Aaron, yep, I'm close to Godrich. Okay, but she mentioned the camera scratch mic was muted or nearly muted. Yeah, that's the problem. Is the mic volume on cam A was pretty much set to mute almost. You really don't have waveform on it. Has she tried using auto align in the media area while using the audio? What only selecting certain clips? Yeah. Okay, so Ontario, you're saying you can also take the sound and video. Let's organize by scene, for example. So this is scene 2, take 3. All right, so we have video and audio here. So you're saying this is another way to do it? Again, while using the audio. Auto align clip. Analyze clip. Audio classification, analyze. Auto sync audio. Yeah, so the problem with auto, if that's what you're referring to, auto sync audio, Ontario, I can't use the time code because of the fact that the time codes weren't in at the time, weren't jammed at the time. And then unfortunately on CAM-A, there's pretty much no waveform. So I've had difficulty getting auto line working, but let's see. Let's try it based on waveform. Yeah, see, I get an auto sync failed. It's usually only happens with our VRaptor, but the Komodos should pretty much have enough of a waveform to be able to do it based on waveform, if that's what you're referring to. Yeah, Ontario, you're referring to waveform. Yep. Unfortunately, not an option for this footage. Yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever found another way around that, but I mean, the other way that Aaron described is a good workaround rather than trying to do it based on, I mean, of course I've used the clapper sound and tried to line it up with the video where in the timeline itself, but did not know that you could actually do that in the media page as well. So cool. Thanks for showing me that, Aaron. Appreciate that. But Ontario, if that's what you were referring to, that's yeah, it's a non-starter, unfortunately. Mel, I know you're listening right now. Let's make sure before we go back on set, we turn that mic up on that VRaptor because of this very reason. Cool. Yeah, love this 360, everybody. If you have ideas, if you have input, please share it. Let's all learn from each other. Okay, so let's continue. And action. All right, everyone, and speak. Okay. Okay. I'm directly in the sun, so let's. All right, everyone. All right, that's one where there's no slate for some reason. What the fuck is this guy? Sorry. You'll hear me swearing a lot. Sorry. Oh, it's probably when we were in the car scene. A lot of the times I won't slate a car scene. If I want to say like in the helicopter. When we were in the helicopter in China, Hawaii, we didn't slate that either. So that's probably what happened. Camera speeds. Sound speeding. Yeah, it sounds like we're in a car. I don't think there was a slate. Yeah, it was the car scene. So there's no slate on that.
Yeah, my team is right.
Camera.
Okay.
Speeding sound and.
You want us to keep doing it?
Actually, speed sound. I'll drop. Yeah, those were the car scenes. I don't see any clapper. I don't see any slate hits. So, but I see one here, maybe.
At the FBI. Cool. Okay.
I don't see a slate here either.
You.
Yeah, no slate there.
Episode 1, scene 1, take 1, camera.
There it is.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 1, take 1, camera.
Scene 1, take 1.
we talk about this morning now?
The entire stuff. All the stuff. We have nothing.
Scene 2, take 4. Yep, that matches up with that, so that sounds good. Yeah, unfortunately, the young lady who we had doing Slate that day, she just was so quiet. She was like a mouse.
7 alpha, take 1. 7 alpha, take 1.
7 alpha, take 1.
Working up, episode 1. 3B, take 1, camera A.
Scene 3B, take 1.
Mark A or A mark? 7 alpha, take 2, A.
7 alpha, take 2.
Dark Ops, episode 1. 3B, take 2, camera
3B, take 2.
Episode 1. 3B, take 3, camera
3B, take 3.
7B, take 1. 7 Bravo, take 1. Mark A.
7 Bravo, take 1. Two B, take 1.
Take 1. Dark Ops, episode 1. Scene 3C, take 1.
3C, take 1. Try and get your crew to use the military alphabet if at all possible. It really helps. So 3 Alpha, 3 Bravo, 3 Charlie, A mark, B mark. So A mark means cam A, B mark means cam B. So scene 7 Alpha or 7 Alpha A mark, 7 Bravo A mark, that sort of thing. It really helps.
7 Bravo, take 2, 8.
7 Bravo, take 2. Two C, take 1. You can see a difference between her reading off slate without the military alphabet, and when Matt does it.
7 Charlie, take 7 Charlie, take 1, 8.
7 Charlie, take 1. A mark. 2C, take 2.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 3C, take 2, camera
3C, take 2. And obviously, if you can, especially with the remote collaboration capabilities with DaVinci, it would be really easy for you to just, outsource this part to have maybe an assistant editor come in here, listen to all the sound, and put in the scene and take numbers. Again, ideally, your production sound mixer is coding this in on set. So what's neat about the Mix Pre 10, and unfortunately our production sound wasn't putting that in the file name here. So, but with the Mix Pre 10, if you put the scene number and take number in there, it'll encode it into the file name. So here S15 should be scene 15B take 4, but you'll notice that some of these aren't matching up. Some of them do, but what will happen is that your sound mixer may forget to change the scene number or take number on a new take, because everyone's kind of running around crazy trying to move really fast, and they forget to update the scene number and take number. It happens. But it looks like some of these are lining up, which is good.
15 Bravo, take one. Amar.
15 Bravo, take one.
Mark. 15 Bravo, take two.
15 Bravo, take two.
7 Delta, take one. 7 Delta, take one.
7 Delta, take one.
Amar. 15 Bravo, take three.
15 Bravo, take three.
15 Bravo, take four.
15 Bravo, take four.
7 Delta, take two. Amar.
7 Delta, take two.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 3C, take 3, camera.
3C, take three. Let me check comments. Hunter, I'm just outside Berlin, Barry and Midland. Oh, cool. I love it when people find that they're in each other's home cities. It's awesome. Love the community we're building here. All right, no new questions or comments. Cool, cool. Everyone's good? Everyone bored out of their minds? Is this boring? You can say it's boring.
Ops, episode 1.
That's all right. We have to get through this this laborious stuff before we get to the fun stuff, because it will save us time down the road.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 3C, take 5.
3C, take 5.
Dark Ops, episode 1, C8, take 1, camera B.
Scene, is he saying scene 8?
Dark Ops, episode 1, C8, take 1.
Scene 8, take 1, yeah.
Scene 15 Charlie, take 1.
15 Charlie, take 1.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 8, take 2, camera.
Scene 8, take 2.
Scene 15 Charlie, take 2.
15 Charlie, take 2. So you can use, to save time, you can use your tab and your enter keys as well, everybody.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 9, take 1, camera A.
Scene 9, take 1.
Scene 25A.
I didn't hear a take number on that.
Scene 25A.
Where's the scene? Where's the take number?
Scene 25 Alpha, take 1. B
There we go. 25 Alpha, take 1. All right. Slate messes up sometimes too.
Scene 25 Alpha, take 2.
25 Alpha, take 2.
Scene 25 Bravo, take 1.
25 Bravo, take 1.
Scene 25 Charlie, take 1. B.
25 Charlie, take 1.
Scene 25 Delta, take 1.
25 Delta, take 1.
Scene 25 Echo, take 1.
25 Echo, take 1.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 32, take 1, camera. Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 32, take 2.
Scene 32, take 2.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 32, take 3.
32, take 3. Scene 4, take 1.
Dark Ops, episode 1, scene 5, take 1, camera.
Scene 5, take 1. Scene 4, take 2. What? There's already take 1. There was already a take 1. Scene 4, take 1. Why? Yeah, but it's got completely different time code. That's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna put scene 4, take 1 and check it out on the timeline later. That's weird. Scene 5B, take 1.
Scene 15 Delta, take 1, A mark.
15 Delta, take 1.
Dark Ops episode 1, scene 5C, take 1, count.
Scene 5C, take 1.
Scene 15 Delta, take 2.
15 Delta, take 2. These file names seem to be lining up pretty well. Awesome.
Scene 15 Delta, take 3.
15 Delta, take 3.
Dark Ops.
Actually, Mel, Jack wasn't working on this one, was he? No, I was the sound mixer on it, right? All right, cool. So if there's any mess ups, it's my fault on the file names, but everything looks like it's lining up. So I was doing pretty good here. So yeah, I may have forgotten on some takes, but looks good so far. This is probably 3C take 3. Oh, 5C take 3. All right, 5C take 3.
15 Echo, take 1.
15 Echo take 1. Yeah, this is lining up pretty well. This is supposed to be scene 4 take 2. Sounds like we're outside.
Yeah. That's good. My pants getting good. I'm like, oh.
This may not have been slated. Yeah, we didn't slate that. All right.
Scene 15 Foxtrot, take 1. Beep.
15 Foxtrot, take 1.
Dark Ops episode 1, scene 5C, take 4, count.
Cool. 5C, take 4. All right, no slate on that.
Scene 15 Golf, take 1, A mark.
15 Golf, take 1.
Dark Ops episode 1, scene 32, take 4, camera.
Scene 32, take 4. Is that what he said? Let's see.
Dark Ops episode 1, scene 32, take 4, camera.
Sounds like take 4.
Dark Ops episode 1, scene 5D, take 1, camera A.
5D, take 1. Yeah, this says scene 32, take 4, so that makes sense to me.
Dark Ops episode 1, scene 5D.
All right, scene 5D, take 2. All right, we're almost there, everybody. You know, I mean, what I could do is just assume that these scene and take numbers are correct. And we'll find out on the timeline if it's not correct. What do you guys think? You guys think we should just do that? We'll just do that. All right. For those of you who don't know what a pickup is, it's when we cut mid scene and then we have to pick up on that same scene. So we'll do like a PU. So it'll be like 10 PU. 10B, take 1. 34-2, take 1. 6A, take 1. 34-2, take 2. 6A, take 2. 34-2, take 3. I bet these are all going to be pretty accurate. 34-2B, take 1. We had like some crazy scene numbering schemes. So whenever we change angles, so let's say it's scene 32, if we do the same scene number but we just move the angle of the camera, we'll do 32B, and then if we change the angle again it'll be 32C, and then if we change the angle again it'll be 32D. So we always put letters next to numbers. If there's a scene where in the script, whenever you modify script in Studio Binder and you add a new scene or you modify it, it'll actually add a letter to it. So if I go in there and I add a new scene after scene 32, a Studio Binder will automatically label that scene number 32B. So whenever you see us use -2 or -3, it's because in the script the scene number had a letter in it. So we don't want to do 32BB or 32BC. So what we do is we've been using a -2, so -3, -4, if there's a letter in the scene number. So hopefully that makes sense. 20, is that 2B or 20? Sorry, my vision. That's 34-2B. '27, take 1. 27, take 2. And then we'll find out when we drop it into the timeline whether or not these file names were accurate. To have a little bit more confidence if I did it. 34-2C, PU, oops, PU. T3, 34-2C -PU, take 2. Oh, these C numbers were kind of cracked out. We've gotten a lot better since then. 25F, so that's 25. Yeah, take 1. 25 Foxtrot, take 2. 34-2C -PU, take 3. 34-2C -PU, take 4. 25 Foxtrot, take 3. 29-PU, take 1. Oh, by the way, if any of you are watching on any other platform besides Facebook and YouTube, I don't think I can see your comments in the comments thread. So, Mel, if you can monitor, I don't know if you can monitor the LinkedIn live stream, see if there's any chat or questions coming in on LinkedIn. You need to monitor LinkedIn separately because Restream doesn't bring in those chat messages. Just an FYI. So if you're on LinkedIn and I'm not answering your questions, don't feel left out. I promise I'm not ignoring you. 22, take 2. 22, take 3. 22, take 4. 22, take 5. 25G, take 1. God, my vision's getting so bad. In 34, take 1. 34, take 2. 34, take 4. 22, Bravo, take 1. 25, Golf, take 2. 25, Golf, take 3. 22, Charlie, take 1. 34-2, Bravo, take 1. 11 dash, take 1. 25, Hotel, take 1. 34-PU, I'm assuming take 1. Scene 11, take 2. Scene 34-PU, 2. I'm assuming take 1. 34-PU3, take 1. 11, take 1. 11, take 2. 11, Charlie, take 1. 11, Charlie, take 2. 11, Delta, take 1. 11, Delta, take 2. 8, I'm assuming take 1. 8, PU2, take 1. Scene, is that 8? Scene 18 Alpha, oops. Scene 18 Alpha, take 1. 19, take 1. 19 Alpha, take 2. This is the advantage of like just, again, investing in good equipment, like the sound devices. I love how, I was able to go in there and just set the file name to whatever scene and take number we were on. 19 Alpha, take 2. What is this? 18 Bravo, take 2. 18 Charlie, take 1. 30 Alpha, take 1. 30 Alpha, take 2. 30 Bravo, take 1. 35 Alpha, take 1. 35 Alpha, take 2. 30 Alpha, take 3. 16 Alpha, take 1. 16 Alpha, take 2. 16 Alpha, take 3. 16 Alpha, take 4. 16 Bravo, take 1. 16 Bravo, take 2. 16 Alpha dash PU, take 1. 16 Alpha dash PU2, take 1. Scene 20 Alpha, take 1. Scene 20 Alpha, take 2. Scene 20 Bravo, take 1. Scene 20 Charlie, take 1. Scene 14, take 1. 14, take 2. 14, take 3. 34 Alpha, take 1. 34 Alpha, take 2. 14 Bravo, take 1. 14, 34 Alpha, take 3. 34 Alpha. Same file name. Is that a duplicate? No, it's got a different start time code. That's weird. All right, I'm just going to label it. Figure it out later. Take 1. 14 Bravo, take 2. 34A dash B, take 1. 34A dash B. Okay, now that's a duplicate. It's got the same exact time code. You know what? Let's do this. Let's add end time code to deal with some of these duplicates we're seeing. So it got added down here at the end, so we need to drag it over. So if the start and end time code are the same, it's a duplicate. Yeah, that's a duplicate for sure. So we can just delete that. It happens. 24 Alpha, take 2. 14 Bravo, take 3. We're almost there, everybody. 24, take 3. 14 Bravo. Who's bored? Is anyone actually like watching this and focused and concentrating? Hey Mel, how about we get some music going? We got music going? Get some ambient music going for everybody. All right. Amy 1. I don't know why I named that Amy 1, but let's name that Amy 1. 14 Bravo. Bravo, take 6. 24 Bravo, take 4. Like, what'd you do today, everybody? I watched Alyssa Knight label scene and take numbers on a TV show. Set life. All right, 23, take 2. 24, Charlie, take. Is that 5? 5 take. Jesus Christ. All right. Scene 23, take 3. 23, take 4. 24, Charlie, take 2. Sorry, everyone. 23, take 5. 23, take 6. 24, Charlie, take 3. 24, Charlie, take 4. 13, take 1. 13, take 2. 13, take 3. 13, take 4. 14, Bravo, take 7. 14, Bravo, take 8. 14, Bravo, take 9. Ooh, typo. 14, Bravo, take 10. Scene 6, take 1. Scene 6, take 2. Scene 6, take 3. Scene Bravo, take 1. 6, Bravo, take 2. Hopefully it's not annoying all of you while I call this out. 6, Bravo, 3. 6, Charlie. What is that? 6, Charlie, take 1. 6, Charlie, take 2. 6, Charlie, take 3. This is 6, Charlie, take 4. Scene 30, take 1. Scene 30, take 2. Scene 37, take 1. 37, take 2. 30, Bravo, take 1. 30, Bravo, take 2. 30, Charlie, take 1. Scene 2, 8, take 1. 28, take 2. Scene 1, take 1. 1, take 2. 1, take 4. Oh, everybody, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Yay. All right. Scene 1, Bravo, take 1. Scene 31, take 1. Scene 31, take 2. Scene 31, take 3. Scene 31, take 4. Scene 31, Charlie, take 1. All right. All right, everybody, we're done. Okay, so I think we're going to try what Aaron and Ontario are talking about. So let's do this. I've highlighted everything. Let's organize by scene number. All right, so we have scene 1, take 1, scene 1, take 2, scene 1, take 4. So let's take scene 1, take 1 video, scene 1, take 1 on audio, and let's go to waveform. Actually, let's right click and just try and do auto sync audio based on waveform. And that worked that time. All right, cool. So it depends, I guess, on on how good the waveform is. Okay, but actually, oh, you know what, everybody? We need to sync not just camera A, but we need to sync camera B as well. We need to do all three. So we right click, auto sync audio based on waveform. Cool. So I guess we have synced audio now. So now, if we do that in the media page, just dropping it onto the timeline, or actually, oh, look at that. Let's see. Hold on one second. We're scene 1, take 1. Oh, it automatically places it on the timeline? No. Did it automatically place it on the timeline? By me doing that? Hold on, let me look at chat. Okay, hold on. So Aaron is saying, yeah. Oh, cool. Innocent put us on the big screen. Are we in your living room? Aaron says, this is where I like to use the appended tracks option so the audio is attached to the video clip too. Okay, so let me try that. So, okay, I don't know if this was here, if I added this before. I don't think it automatically added it to the timeline, did it? All right, so having all of that, so then you right click Aaron and you say append to timeline. Where do you see that? Generate optimized audio, generate prox media, set poster frame, analyze clips, audio transcription. I don't see append to timeline. Is that not in the media page? Or is that in the maybe the cut page? Nope. Where are you seeing that? Append to timeline. Oh, are you talking about up here? Right click, append selected clips to timeline. Yeah, so they're already on the timeline. So that probably wouldn't work in this use case, but I see what you mean. This is where not sure why it's appearing on the timeline though. In the auto sync audio options. Oh, okay. Let's go back to that then. Auto sync audio. Oh, based on in append tracks. Oh, got it. Yeah, I didn't see that. Was that in version 17? I don't remember that being in version 17. Is that a new 18 thing? Okay. So let me put my playhead here and see what happens if I do that. So right click, auto sync audio based on waveform and append tracks. Where does it append it? Did it append it at the very end? Where did it put it? Is it because it's already there? So, yeah, that's weird. What I'm wondering, where have you, so is it maybe because it's already on the timeline, it's not doing it? That's the only thing I can think of. Based on waveform and append tracks. I mean, it looks like it's doing something. I just don't see it. That's crazy. Unless, let me see. Well, let's try the next scene. So this is scene 1, right? So this is scene 1, take 4, right? So again, back to the methodology of lining everything up. This is scene 1, take 2, right? So let's go here and let's do it just like you guys said. So scene 1, take 2. All right, so we have A cam and B cam. All right, so this is the audio, scene 1, take 2, and these are the 2 camera clips. So I'm going to right click auto sync audio based on waveform and append tracks. Where is it putting it? That's weird. That's strange. All right, so I have an idea. What if we were to do a new timeline? What do you all think? All right, let's do a new timeline. Create new timeline. Timeline 2. All right. So it's a blank timeline. Now let's go back here. Let's go back to scene 1, take 1. And let's right click auto sync audio based on waveform and append tracks. Oh, it's not working. Is it because it's called timeline 2 instead of timeline 1? Like, does it default to timeline 2? Let's try, you know what I can do? I can try closing timeline 1. Maybe it's getting confused. And our spinning beach ball. Have you actually been able to get that to work? Ontario or Aaron? Yeah, I don't see it. Let me try closing this. Let's try that. And then let's go back here. Right click, auto sync audio based on waveform and append tracks. I mean, yeah, it's like not doing it. I mean, it's actually, there's a progress bar. It looks like it's actually doing it, but it's not here. So what happens if we just drag? Hold on. Let's add. I like to always, I don't know about you guys, but I like to bring my scene number and take number as the first column. Scene and take, and I like to pretty much get rid of everything else except the file name. All right, let's do file name. All right, so we've got the scene number. Let's organize that by scene number. There we go. And take number. So scene one, take one, scene one, take one, scene one, take one. All right, so we have all three. What happens if I just drag the video file? Will it automatically grab everything else? All right, so grab the audio. That was cool. That was cool. All right, but it does not grab camera B then. So even though we linked it with camera B, it doesn't grab it. I guess you have to, I guess I have to manually grab it. And it does it side by side. Great. So yeah, so we would just have to do something like this, I guess. Huh. Nightly, if you drag the video clip into the timeline, the audio will be attached. Cool, that's what I did. I really want to show you this workflow in more detail. Yeah. Why not create a multicam sequence based on the audio? So I don't know, Gabriel, if you were here earlier at the start of the live stream, but when creating multicam clips and because the time code generator, the TC1, was introduced in the middle of the filming, we have some clips that are time code jammed and some that are not, and so it creates problems when creating a multicam clip. I guess, you know, what I could do is just do them one at a time, I guess, instead of all of them. So let's try that, Daniel. Remove that. And let's go back here. And then grab that one, right click, create new multicam clip using selected clips. Angle in will be sound. The sound is waveform, right? Sequential metadata angle. I don't know if any of you guys use any or prefer any particular angle name. Or let's see. So we can't use time code, so it would need to be sound. So does anyone know if sound is waveform? Split multicam at gaps, detect clips from same camera, move source clips. I don't like doing that. So let's try that. All right, so we have camera A and camera B. Okay, so that works. So before, what I would do is I would do a multicam clip. I'd highlight everything and try and do it. And yeah, it gets totally fucked up. So let's try it here. See if this is all lined up. Looks good. Yeah, it looks good. All right. Score one for scene one, at least. All right. So for those of you who don't know how to use multicam clips, you just, you can actually switch between, let's see, want to go here. Oh. Let's see. Trying to remember how to go into multicam mode. It was, oh, it's this? No. What the hell's that icon? Does anyone remember what icon it is for multicam? Let's see. Not it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Wait. Come back. Okay, I need to change gears. No. No. Oh, that's not it. Damn it. All right. Bottom left button on the source monitor to switch to multicam. Bottom left monitor on the source monitor. Oh. Is it bottom left? Sorry, where's that icon? Bottom left button on the source monitor, switch to multicam. Damn. Where at bottom left am I missing? Oh, here we go. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Jesus. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now we can see both cameras. So you can actually manually by just clicking on it, it'll switch to that camera, or you can use your numbers. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna want to use B, and you'll see it automatically made the cut for me.
Ollie?
Heart attack. Come on. Yeah.
Maybe we switch to camera one.
Don't you have a coffee maker and a full-time barista that makes beer on the way back? Well, here's how Tippy did it. And they left me nothing with no explanation. They can stay where they are. I didn't even want it.
That ambient music kind of works with this, right?
Anyway,
Hey, we can go in here, of course, and we can slide this over. Oh, you can't unlink them if it's a multicam clip? What?
anyway.
Oh, there we go. So if you want to, you can, do this kind of cut.
Anyway. Why are you here? We're just supposed to be sleeping. Wait, what's
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, that's multicam clip editing. So I guess basically what I did in the past, which kind of made my life hell, was I would highlight everything, right click, and I would say, you know, generate time code. I'm sorry, create multicam clip using selected clips. And because half of them were time code jammed and the other half weren't, it became a real problem. So I guess basically the best thing to do is just one scene and take at a time. Let me go back to chat. So the other thing, thank you for that, by the way, Dan. I didn't think about that until just now about doing it one scene at a time. Have any of you been able to do just highlight everything and do one massive multicam clip with all scenes, with all videos, all cameras, all sound, and do just one big multicam clip and actually get that to work? I have never been able to get to that to work just because of these time code issues. So but I never even thought about doing it one scene at a time. So glad you brought that up, Gabriel. I'm sorry, I kept calling you Daniel. Gabriel. I meant Gabriel. Aaron, thanks for that button. Yeah, if the time code is more solid, you can highlight everything. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the method that I was showing all of you before, where here, let me share my screen again. You know, where I'm bringing in, you know, manually. I guess basically let's just call this as kind of like a Hail Mary, where if you don't have time code and you don't have waveforms, and this is really the only thing you can work with. This unfortunately was developed because of the microphone issues on the V-Raptor again. But you know, if this is like, hey, I don't have time code, I don't have waveform, what do I do? This is unfortunately what you're gonna have to do. I mean, this is still a good, I feel like it's still a good organization method for all the sound and all the cameras. This is an awesome organization method, but you do have, you know, these two other options that we just did with the multicam clip. If you do have some wonkiness in your time code like we do in this particular episode where some are jammed and some are not, you will have to create a multicam clip per scene like we just did. And the second option is kind of what we did earlier where Ontario pointed out, which was, and also Anderson pointed out, am I getting those names right? Anderson? It was Anderson, right? Aaron, sorry, Aaron. On the other ways you can sync. So there's also syncing on the clapper, using this little link up here to link the sound and the video, hitting that link, linking the two together, and then just marking that where the clapper drops. The other method is, of course, just taking the video and the audio file like this, right clicking and saying auto sync audio based on waveform. Okay. But again, if you don't have time code, if you don't have waveform, guess what? Unfortunately, you're going to be, you know, moving to a manual method like this. And you're going to have to just, you know, switch between the cams depending on who's talking. Now, by the way, there are some very interesting cuts you can do. You saw me do that here, where yes, you can go 1, 2 based on who's talking, but a very interesting form of editing. Let me unlink these. Is to unlink it once you've got the cuts, and then just drag that over and still keep in that camera angle while the other actor is talking right before you switch back. Right. So it's a little more interesting, if you will. So same thing here. I can unlink that and we can pull that over. Obviously bring that in after the action. So we'd go in here and we could delete that. Start a little bit further here. Okay, so let's grab some inserts together. I typically like to use Film Pack. I don't know if any of you have heard of Film Pack, but I think, what do you all think we should use kind of like before we go into that scene? You know, when the original cut, I showed a neighborhood, right? I showed houses. So let's pull up some neighborhoods maybe we show like a residential neighborhood, an aerial, and then or we could do a drive-by, huh? Probably not the best word to use, but do something, yeah, do something like this. The thing about it is that I would urge all of you to do is never use something like Adobe Stock. It's just very stocky looking. I tend to use more cinematic stock footage. So Film Pack is a good one. Artlist, if any of you have an Artlist account. The nice thing is, being alive today in 2023, stock footage isn't nearly as expensive as it used to be, and it's also gotten a lot better. So we could go in here and say neighborhood, and Artlist has a lot more kind of cinematic stuff. So we could come in here and find something. So I mean, this is supposed to be Washington D.C., right? So we want to probably use something that you would see in Washington D.C., right? So maybe we do some kind of like really cool intro music, and we'll get to sound design, but we have the opening music, and we have some sort of aerial view of Washington D.C. Maybe we start from like the National Monument or something, and then move on to like a neighborhood view. But I tend to use Artlist and Film Pack the most. Just great sites. They have just really great footage. We could spend hours looking at stock, right? It's very, very time consuming. But let's say we were to use something like this. Definitely Washington, D.C. There's no mistaking it, right? I can't tell if this is sunset or sunrise, like early morning before the sun rises. Anyway, I like it. Let's download it. It doesn't say time of day. All right, so now it's going to ask us whether or not we want 4K MP4 ProRes. I always obviously go with ProRes, the highest quality, and then but yeah, I mean, like you look at the video footage here, like businessmen, right? It's very stock looking. It's very stocky. Like, don't ever use this in your film or show, right? Adobe Stock is great for, depending on what you need, but stuff like this just looks a hell of a lot more cinematic, right? So I just downloaded that. Maybe we see if we can find something a little bit more like super early morning. Oh, we can define golden hour, right? So we can go with one of these and insert this. There's just a little girl rolling around on her bike. I'm trying to remember what original footage I used for the first cut. It's actually pretty good. But it was just a kind of like a neighborhood thing. We can also go in here and just, Washington, D.C. Got some footage here. We can remove this. See if we can find some more stuff for Washington, D.C. Let's add neighborhood. Nothing there. Maybe houses. Nothing. About residential. Nope. So you can see, I mean, taking stock, looking for the right stock footage can be very time consuming. Here's kind of like an aerial view of all of DC. I mean, I feel pretty good with what we grabbed at Artlist. So we've got that. Let's see if there's anything else we can grab on Artlist. I feel like I've had the best luck with Artlist. Let's try neighborhood. See, 'cause, 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 ' Oh, here's a little bit. Oh, this is cute. Oh, look at this. I like it a lot. Go with that. That looks so DC. Question is this, what time of day is this? Okay, so let's download this. Let's grab. I'm going to reverse that though. I'll show all of you how to reverse that if you don't know how. But we'll grab this. Oh, this is Brooklyn. It looks kind of DC though. New York City looks like DC. All right. Let's see if I can get away with using it. Mel's probably getting mad at me right now. She's from New York. It's like mad if I'm going to use New York footage for DC. I don't know. It just looks like a suburban street in DC. All right, so let's grab it. All right, so what I'll typically do again, we need to create all of our sub bins again. So move in DLG, and then ambient, fully, ADR. And then we can grab all this and just pop it over into DLG. Got to stay organized, everyone. Got to stay organized. All right, so yeah, I kind of like what we found. So let's kind of move everything over. And then now we can go into our, do I have an inserts folder here? I'm pretty good about doing that. Doesn't look like I put it here. Yeah. All right, so what I'll typically do is I'll match my folder structure up with my bins. So we'll do, you know, new bin, inserts. And just so I don't have to deal with relinking and replacing footage later, I always just grab whatever I download and immediately put it there where it's supposed to be. Love that 25 gig fiber. All right. So I guess we can just kind of start off with, I don't know what you all think. Maybe we just start off with the I know Mel's like saying right now, don't use the New York footage. All right. So if you want to, I want to reverse this. So what you can do is you can go here. I think it's clip speed. Yeah. Reverse speed. And instead of reverse, it'll go forward. So we're reversing it instead. You know, so we could do something like that. Go in here. And obviously we don't want to use the whole thing. Now, one thing I will do is I'll put inserts on their own video row. So I'll do something like that. But unfortunately, that's going to cut stuff off. By the way, I'm hitting Option Y, everybody, on a Mac. If you're on a Mac. Still a little too long. There we go.
Ollie?
So we've got that. Looks good. And I always do sound design last. So now let's go ahead and jump over to scene 2. Or actually, you know what? Sorry. Let me talk about this for a minute because I know it's going to come up. How, like, what method do I use when I'm choosing scene and takes? So as you saw, some of these with some of these we do have 4 takes. What I usually do is I'll go with the final take. So what we just did was we created a multicam clip for scene 1, take 1, right? But usually the very final take is the actor's best take. So you know, with scene 1, it looks like we have a total of 4 takes. So I'll usually start off with the 4th take. So let's look at it, make sure that, so this is a completely different angle, right? So we already have the, her coming out of the door, so we don't really need to use it again. So if we look at the B footage, you know, we have her coming out of the door again. Now, I do actually like this angle a lot more than the other one. And I just remember liking take 4 a lot better when I was on set. So we can go in here, create our new multicam clip. And we can even name it. So we can say scene 1, take 4. And we can use the oh shoot, you know what? Don't we have to link it first? Do we have to that's a good question. Do any of you know if we have to actually sync the audio before we create the multicam clip, or does it, can we bypass that step and it does it for us? So we got that at sound. Keep camera number. I'll check the comment thread here in a moment, but we'll try that. I guess we can just try it, see if it works. So now we have our new multicam clip, and then we can go here and decide which one we want to use. So we could even, you know, if we wanted to, we can cut it here, right? And then use the first part of the entry. Now it's deciding whether or not we want him at the coffee maker when he comes into scene, or if we want him at the, or if we want him standing at the window. Because if you look at, oops, if you look at this, right? Oh, why isn't that playing? So if you look at this, you can see at the very beginning, he's over at the window, right? So, you know, it's really kind of a creative decision. Do you want him at the window when he comes into frame, looking out the window, or at the coffee maker? When I originally chose it, I originally went with him standing at the window. So it's really, again, it's up to you as the editor, what you feel like just kind of looks better. I didn't like the camera movement on this. So I remember kind of going with the entire take 4. So let's try that. Let's just delete this and let's bring this in and then do our multicam clip again. So all of you get a chance to do it again. So here, let's start, let's see. A lot of shadow movement there we can deal with. I thought there was a way to get these to play along with the video. Do I need to? Oh, it's because I'm not double clicking on it. No. It's not auto playing. What's up with that? Oh. Did it? That was weird. Okay. We got it back. All right. That is our slate. That's Matt moving around. Those are that's Matt's shadows. So let's get it to where we don't see a shadow. There we go. So we want to start out with B. Oops. Why isn't it switching? Oops. Do I need to be on the timeline more? There we go. Yeah. And then when he comes into frame, switch to camera 1. Oh, we don't have audio, do we? Nope. So we do have to sync it before we create the multicam clip. All right. Well, I guess I answered my own question. Let's see. Delete that. Let's go back to scene 1, take 4. And then we're going to want to auto sync that based on waveform. And then create our multicam clip. Scene 1, T4. Go back to our editor. I kind of want to rename this other multicam clip. Oh, did I delete it already? I may have already deleted it. All right. Yeah, we've got audio now.
Ollie?
Oh, shit. Went too far. I definitely want to get her coming out of the door. Oh, I like this song playing right now. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Oh, used the wrong tool.
Ollie? You?
Let's cut right here.
You? What are you doing? Have you heard of a phone?
What I found is that when actors are, going through the motions, they're trying to nail their lines, they're trying to nail the scene. They start to relax with more and more takes. I'm definitely not one of those directors that likes to do 20, 30 takes, but definitely, 3, 4, maybe even 5 takes. Especially when the initial takes are rough, and especially if it's the first scene on set. So I want to say that while we do not shoot scenes in order, we do it based on location. I do believe that this was the very first scene we shot on set. And so you can kind of tell between take 1 and take 4 that the actors are starting to relax. So, I usually always go with the very last take because whenever I yell cut and wrap on this scene, it means that I was really happy with the last take. Now, instead of unlinking it and dragging the video file over, you can just do it more kind of do your cut kind of more mid conversation. We can go there. And that way you don't have to unlink anything.
What are you doing?
Oops. Now the speed editor, where's the speed editor? The speed editor has buttons on it for when you are switching back and forth between cameras. Again, I've got the Black Magic keyboard editor, so I'm just using the numeric keypad. Again, having this multicam open just kind of reminds you of, not only just what camera you're on, but also what the other camera is seeing at that same time. You can make the creative decision to kind of flip back at her for her reaction to what he's saying. You want to keep the audience constantly engaged. I was just having this conversation with someone yesterday about the fact that we as an audience, just because of the TikTok generation, just we really have shortened attention spans, a lot shorter than we used to have, and so you really don't want to hang on a scene too long. Where even if you want to flip through the other camera angle, even though he's still talking, it's okay to flip to her reaction to just kind of keep the audience's eyes constantly moving, right? Maybe we go midstream on that one.
Coffee?
Yeah, I definitely love Take 4 a lot better. See, a little sassier. And I think in this take, yeah, he actually sits down at the countertop. So, just kind of keep the audience engaged. Yeah. So you hear me yell cut, good take. So yeah, so that's it. That's it. Got scene 1 done. So we can go ahead and see what our final looks like. I'm probably gonna want to put an aerial in there, maybe like a drone shot, just overlooking. And by the way, that's not the music for the show. That's the music on Restream that you're hearing. We'll do sound design later. That music kicked right at the right time.
Coffee?
So you're not going to want to go right into Hoover on the next scene. You're going to want to put some kind of insert, right? So, you could go again with the, let's throw that into inserts. If we wanted to, we could go to I'd pick a different shot, but show like some sort of aerial view of Washington D.C. and then we could then probably jump over to I think is it either Storyblocks has the Hoover Building? Let's see, FBI Building, or is it Artlist? Oh, actually, they do. Looks like they do have the. Maybe they were. No, you know what it was? I think it was Storyblocks. Let me check Film Pack. One of them has the Hoover Building. Yeah. So I do have a Storyblocks account as well. They tend to have pretty good footage. Hoover Building. Pretty sure that's where I got it. Yeah. So here, we could flip through maybe since the next scene is actually in the Hoover Building, we could actually show the Hoover Building. So we could set that scene. Right? You always want to do a scene setting. Let me log in real fast. Don't look at my password. Yeah, that's a long password, I know. All right. Okay, so I'll download the ProRes version. So I feel like that's a pretty good shot of Hoover. So now we can go over here, go to downloads. And now we can just drop that in there, right? I mean, obviously, since it's not dark out. Okay, so this is because of the color management. When you see this happen, because we're in DaVinci Color Managed, you can actually bypass color management by just right-clicking on it and clicking bypass color management. And then you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So, you pick how much or what part of the clip you want, but you always want to kind of set that scene. Okay. So now we'll go to scene 2. Is everyone still with us? Let's take a quick break here. Where is my live stream? How's everyone doing? Is anyone bored? Just kind of put in the chat. What do you think about this learning style where it's like you're sitting with me in my color suite, we're editing together. Some of it may be sort of laborious and time consuming and boring, but it's everything we would go through if we were, editing a show together, which is what we're doing. But let's see what some of you are saying. If your time cursor, you can highlight everything in building multicams. Yep, you can also append audio that way too. It allows the highlight all clips and append as well. Waveform analysis slow and can lead to issues. Yeah, agreed. And I've also, I don't know if you've seen this, Aaron, but it's also not 100% perfect either. I've had really bad where I because of a time code issue, because our first AC forgot to jam, had to rely on waveform, and it wasn't accurate. So waveform isn't accurate either 100% of the time. Multicams can be made before syncing and after. When syncing with timecode, I just make sure I have the angles and the metadata to no cameras go to their own tracks correctly. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if you saw that when I didn't sync the audio first and then create the multicam, for some reason, even though we set that to sound, it didn't grab it. I don't know what that was about. But it's also why I like appending tracks to the video clips first. And if I want to make multicams, the audio is synced on the clip level first. Got it. Okay. Cool, you. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Anderson. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of get anxiety thinking like, oh, they're probably bored watching me like sitting here do this, but I don't know. This was awesome. Like, I feel like a lot of people are learning right now. People are getting value out of this. Ontario, you still with us? Did we lose some people? We might have lost some people. I know this is a long live stream. Cool. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of keep going along. Where are we at now? 10:43. What time did we start the live stream? 8. Oh wow. So we're 2 hours and 45 minutes in. All right. So I guess why don't we stop there? People will continue to probably drop like flies if we go any longer. But I hope all of you are getting value out of this. I love these live streams, just kind of editing and color grading together, and you kind of watching my flow as I get through these episodes. We'll definitely do sound design, but we'll continue to edit together. Because I don't want to just work on this on the live stream, I will continue to do the remaining scenes, so I can work the rest of this day. That I really need to get these out. That's why. Otherwise, I would just wait for that live stream. But let's say I get to scene 10. In the next live stream, we'll do scene 11 and go through the rest together. So awesome. Well, Anderson, Aaron, Ontario, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the awesome input, Aaron. You killed it this morning. Loved that little link icon that appears only when you highlight the clips. Gabriel, good having you here too. Good input. Everyone just killed it. You guys are doing great. This is awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, smash that like. And also, the courses are coming. The courses are coming. And the neat thing is we're going to be on an act for those of you who just joined us with the courses. That's coming up on cinematography, lighting, production, sound mixing. All of that is going to be on a sound stage. It's going to be on our set. So we're going to have all of our equipment. We're going to have actors that we're hiring for the day. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be cool. So again, those will be launching in January. Make sure you are on our newsletter to be notified of it. As soon as we open it up, we are going to limit the number of students for that course. So just, get subscribed, make sure you get that announcement. All right. So yeah, the next live stream is going to be on, is it Monday? I think our next live stream is Monday. I need to check on that. Oh, Sunday. Yeah, thank you. So our next live stream is Sunday. I do like to do so just so all of you know what my work schedule is like. I tend to give Saturdays to family, so Mel will divorce me if I don't at least give her at least one day. So I give Mel Saturdays, and then I like to work on Sundays and just kind of get ready for my week. So I will actually do live streams on Sundays. So if any of you are interested in joining us on Sunday, there will be another live stream, and we'll just continue to just crack on with Wicked Panda. All right. Thank you so much. I love hanging out with all of you. Nash, thank you for joining us. You, Anderson, Aaron, all of you, you guys have been awesome. Guys and girls. Awesome. Awesome. Miguel, Kodaki, Willie, thank you. You guys are awesome. All right. Well, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see